You know what it is. This one here is gonna be about the Native Americans, man. This about the Native Americans. I'm in Lompoc, 2001. 2001. I'm gonna take you to Lompoc. Y'all wanna go for this ride? Huh? Y'all ready to go for this ride? Come on, man.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located on the Northern Canal in Freeport.
Tune in to Unique Mecca Audio.
All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm gonna take you to Lompoc 2001 with the Native Americans. You know what I mean? No disrespect. You know what I mean? We normally just say Indians. You know what I mean? But we're not trying to disrespect the Native Americans, but that's the way we talk. So Native Americans, if you feel a certain way about it, if I might slip and say Indians, because I'm getting ready to get in my zone. You know what I mean? I respect my Native Americans because I had some good Native Americans friends. You know what I mean? That helped me down and I did business with while I was in the prison. Now, I'm on the compound, everything good. I'm up there in F unit, you know what I mean? Functified. That's what they call it, functified, because all them dudes up in there be rocking and rolling. But I really want to do this other one about my Florida man. I got a Florida card one from Lompoc that's official. Florida dude held it down. But you know what? Man, I want to tell that Florida one so bad, man. I want to tell that Florida. I'm going to do the Florida one right after this so you know that's coming up. If y'all want the Florida joint, hit the Florida joint. You know what I mean? But that, yeah, let me get the end. Man, see, I get confused when I start talking because there's so much going on, man. We could do this all day. But we up in the joint and I'm working in the Unicorn. You know what I mean? The Unicorn is the factory. You know what I mean? They got 2 factories out there, 3 factories out there in Lompoc. They got the printing shop where they teach you how to print things. Then they got the welding shop where they teach you how to weld things, where you could take something as simple as this headphones and, they take it apart and you got to be real steady with the hands and technically, solder the wires together and the connectors and things like that to make sure it's right. You see at the bottom of the joint, when you plug your headphones in, that's called a connector. You know what I mean? When you push it in, that's called, the female. You know what I mean? The part on the headphone, on this is the female. And then the part that plugs into that, that's called the male. So they having sex with each other. Because everything we think about is sex. All day we think about sex. You got the female hooked up to this, and you got the male that plugs in. It gives it the juice to spark life. You know what I mean? To reproduce. So now, they got those 3 factories. Oh, and then they got the cable factory. The cable factory, I used to make cables, so y'all know, cables this big that might have 100 little wires in it. You know what I mean? So you got a male connector and a female connector, just like, this is the female, and the one you plug in the back is the male. So you always got to have a male and a female to go together to reproduce and spark life. All right? Just gave y'all a little jewels. Hit the like, hit the Cash App, man. It don't hurt to donate $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Because the game will be sold, not told. So I'm going to have to keep using that so y'all understand how this thing go. You know what I mean? Because I see it's a lot of things that y'all don't know about the street and the penitentiary. And it's no disrespect because I had to learn these things too. Now, I'm in the Unicorn factory and they call a break. They call a couple of breaks. In the morning, you go there like by 8 o'clock, they call it. By 9:15, they have a smoke break. That's when they used to have tobacco in the joint. They got a little smoke room where everybody want to smoke. You can shut down your machines and all that. And you go over there and you smoke your cigarettes or, your Black and Milds and the Italians. I got to give y'all some Italian stories too. Or your Italians all smoking in there, the Italians smoking and black smoking, everybody smoking. And then, of course, you got no disrespect to my Latin people, my Mexican brothers. You know what I mean? My gangbanging brothers. You know what I mean? And, the white guys and some black guys, too, they might stay in their station because all the police, they group up together because that's like break time for them and they drinking their coffee, they chilling dudes in the cut, and they shooting dope. Yeah, they shooting dope right in the factory. You understand what I'm saying? They at their workstation, just like I'm sitting here. So imagine me sitting here shooting the video and the whole time I'm bop, 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 and I'm shooting up. You know what I mean? That's what happened in the penitentiary, So they got the 9:15 count. I'm in the joint. And I'm smoking my little cigarette, but I got in there late, maybe 9:25, and I just lit up my Black and Mild. I like my Black and Mild. You know what I mean? For those y'all don't know, this is a Black and Mild. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here with my Black and Mild, I spark it just like that. But it's 9:25. 9:30, they end the little smoke break. So when they end the smoke break, the police hit a little loud buzzer going, nah, 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 let you know the break is over. I just got in there, so I just started smoking my Black and Mild, and I got my Black and Mild puff with stuffed with some weed. You know what I mean? So I got the weed in the Black and Mild. I'm by the window. I'm smoking the Black and Mild of my weed, and I'm getting twisted. 2001 Lompoc Penitentiary, all the way from New York City. I got dope on the compound. You know what I mean? I got dudes making wine for me on the compound. I got dudes bringing, steaks back from the OM. That's the office mess hall for me. And I'm living like a king, loving it. So now I'm back there and I'm still thinking I'm on the street. I just got locked up in 93. So, 2001, I'm still in the street mentality that I'm that nigga. So police come in there and they tell everybody, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work. Because, of course, when they call a break and you give 200 dudes a break, it takes a minute to get them back, focused and in front of their machines, doing what they got to do. Police came up in there and I just sat down, so I'm smoking my joint, my weed started kicking in. I'm feeling good, nigga, head twisted. I'm feeling like I'm back on the block. Me and my man from Cali. You know what I mean? We in there, we reminiscing. He telling me about Cali. I'm telling him about New York, and I'm vibing with the brother. He vibing with me. And the police said, get your black ass up out of here. You know what I mean? So I look at my man, he look at me. I said, who are you talking to? Police? Said, I'm talking to you, nigga. You know what I mean? To me. And I'm still on the street mentality. Ain't nobody never called me a nigga and got away without getting busted in the face. So I jump up. When I jump up, the police jumps up and he turn around and he runs out the room. He like, come with me, come with me. So I'm walking behind the police. You understand what I'm saying? He in front of me. And then he stopped because another police see him. So when he stopped in his track, the police asked him what's going on. He said, nah, I'm taking him to the office. I'm taking him to the office. So he told me, go ahead. Now he want me to go up front. I'm from the street. I'm not walking in front of no goddamn body that's sitting here calling me a nigga and mad at me. So I said, nah, you go up front. You know what I mean? So he like, what? You know what I mean? I said, yeah, I'm not going up front. So I stood there. And I'm like, man, I'm not moving. I'm not going in front of you. You mad at me and you behind me. And I'm not going to have you stab me in the back of my neck like I'm thinking about stabbing you in the back of your neck. This is what I'm thinking. I didn't tell him that. If I would have said that, that would have been a whole nother situation that would have turned out real ugly. But I'm thinking, I'm not going to let this white man walk behind me and he's sitting here furious calling me no nigga. You understand? Would you do that? So you youngins, you watching this, let me know if you want to put yourself in this situation or not. If you do, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to tell you don't do it, but you're going to do what the hell you want to do. You know what I mean? So now, he starts walking, and I'm walking behind him. But I'm walking fast because I'm mad. You know what I mean? And he walking fast because he's scared. But I'm pissed, so I'm on his heels. And then the other police see me on his heels, so they think I'm getting ready to attack him. So, of course, they jump out there. And they pull him from in front of me and said, what is you, stupid? I'm walking in front of that black man like that when y'all going on like that. So they take me in the office and they sit me down in the office and, they don't say nothing to me. About 10 minutes later, here come about 10 big-ass white boys. Yeah, white boys. That's what we call them big-ass police. No disrespect to the European, brothers, the ABs, the skinhead, Aryan Brotherhood. Respect all of them, but we talking about white police, so we call them white boys. The same way, the Aryan Brotherhood, skinhead, DWB means dirty white boys. That's the name of a gang. So you haters on YouTube want to say, oh, he said dirty white boys. That's what they call themselves. They got tattoos on their head that say DWB, that stand for dirty white boys. So if you Europeans watching this, want to go in jail to subject yourself to putting tattoos all on your head and your face saying DWB with SWAT stickers and spider webs and all that over your body to represent that you with the Aryan, you know what I mean? Feel free to keep breaking the law. But I'm going to tell you it ain't worth it because they ain't playing in there. Just getting them tattoos ain't going to make you safe or ain't going to make you one of them. Now, we sitting up in the office and about 10 big white boys come up in there. And as soon as they walk in, they don't say nothing to my black ass. They look at me like, look at this nigga. And yeah, I call myself a nigga. Let's get this right because this is how we talk. So they said, I'm thinking, they saying, look at this nigga, get up, man, and cuff up. You know what I mean? So I get up. I already know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm going to the shoe. They take me to the shoe. I go back there for 30 days. But all I did was walk behind them. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing. I ain't threaten them. I ain't say nothing. I just had my thoughts that I'll stab this white boy in his neck if you don't calm the hell down. I never said it. So they couldn't charge me for a threat. They bring me up in the shoe. I stay back there. You know, every week they got what they call DHO on Wednesdays. So they got DHO on Wednesday. DHO come up and they don't call my name to go to DHO. I'm asking them every day, yo, where DHO at? You know what I mean? They don't even bring me an incident report. So the next week come, they don't call me again. So here go the third week come, they don't call me. So I pull over to the lieutenant with this nice, Mexican chick, older lady, but she had a banging body. She had to be about 40-something years old. I'm in my early 30s, so I'm looking at this old broad like I'll break her back with all this backed upness. You know what I mean? So, and she was, made J-Lo look like nothing. You know what I mean? And so she comes up there and I said, yo, what's going on? I ain't see a DHO in 3 weeks. I didn't even get an incident report. She was the lieutenant, you know what I mean? So she said, let me look into it and see what's going on. She goes and she looks into it and she comes back and she said, all right, I'm gonna put you on DHO for next week, you know what I mean? And we're gonna put you back on the compounds that DHO says, all right. So now DHO comes and they bring me a shot that's the incident report, you know what I mean? A charge. They bring me a charge and they charge me with refusing to obey an order because he told me to leave the TV room and I didn't leave the TV room, the smoke room. And they also gave me a second shot for refusing an order because they told me to walk in front of the man and I refused to walk in front of him. So when I went to DHO was old Mexican gangster, ex-gangbang and all that, tattoos everywhere representing where he from. So he said, what happened? So I said, look, man, you know what I mean? I'm in the smoke room smoking, minding my business, doing my thing. Man came in there, called me a nigga. You know what I mean? I wanted to take his head off. I didn't take his head off. You understand what I'm saying? He got mad because I wouldn't walk in front of him, but I'm not walking in front of no man that's mad at me. You understand what I'm saying? So he's like, all right, that's the same thing they wrote up. You know what I mean? So you ain't saying nothing different than what they said. I said, I know they can't say nothing different. You know what I mean? So he said, all right, but you did refuse the order because they told you to get out the smoke room at 9:35 and you didn't get out 9:35. So I'm going to give you 30 days in a hold. I'm going to call it time served and I'm going to put you back on the compound. They put me back on the compound. So a week later, I see the same cop. So the cop looked at me and the cop nervous because I looked at him and I didn't smile. I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him. You understand what I'm saying? So the police put me in a hole for intimidation, said that I'm intimidating them and I'm threatening them. I got threatening looks and all that. They call it reckless eyeballing in prison. If you look at a female too hard because she got a fat ass like J-Lo, they call that reckless eyeballing. Imagine you looking at a female on the street because she got a fat ass and she walking down the street and the police pull up on you and they bring you to jail saying you reckless eyeballing this female. You know what I mean? So he said that I reckless eyeballed him because when he walked by, I just looked at him, but I'm thinking I'll cut his neck off right now. You know what I mean? But he could see it in my acts, in my eyes, and my demeanor. So it's like he act like I actually said it. So they got a charge called reckless eyeballing. Like, in other words, I'm recklessly eyeballing him because I want to take his life right now for trying to even act like he tough when I know he's soft as drugstore cotton. You know what I mean? So they locked me up. So I get up in the hole and they make me an orderly up there because they know they put me up there for nothing. You know what I mean? So now I come out the cell after they bring the food, clean up the unit, the range that I'm on, because everybody get an orderly job, one on each range, and the police bring the food, the inmates serve the food to the inmates, and then the inmates pick up the trays and bring them up front, and another inmate come take the trays to the kitchen, wash them, and get ready for the next meal. You know? So now I get to stay out on the tier because of these little, what they call privileges. So I'm walking out of tier, and you had this big Indian dude, young boy. He was younger than me at the time. He was maybe 20-something. I'm in my early 30s. I walk by the cell, and he in the cell, and he cock his hand back, you know what I mean? Because they used to sell radio, you know, you get your radio in the hole and you get batteries. So he cocked his hand back with the battery and act like he gonna throw it. So when he act like he gonna throw it, I just look at him like, you know, and he and he laughing. So I said, oh, this dude is a clown. I got to catch him in rec. I'm trying to catch him in rec now to show him that this ain't no joke. He on the other side of the bars. And it's set up just like where I'm at right now is how it is. But in the shoe, it don't have two ranges like that. It's only got one set, like how we got this one set behind me. And then across the thing, they got barbed wire. They got like the wires. And you could look down and that's the other tier. You know what I mean? And then it's big windows and you could look out. So every time I walk by the cell, this Indian acting like he throwing something. You understand what I'm saying? So I start walking by the cell, but now I'm trying to be quiet when I got to go to the next, you know, go past his cell to go to another cell because I don't want to play this game with this dude until I can get my hands around his neck and show him what it's really like. You know what I mean? So I'm walking by all quiet and, you know, cause dude might say, you need to go down to cell 15 for me and get those magazines and take him these 2 books of stamps. So I take it down there and they break me off a little 2-3 stamps, but, you know, they add up, make a couple of books a day, passing things for them because they can't pass it for themselves and they don't feel like throwing the wheeler. You know what I mean? The wheel is the wheel. That's the line that they make where they take what they call that dental floss, you know what I mean? And put a piece of toothpaste on it and then put a paper clip on it. They throw it out, each person. I'm going to show you what the wheel will look like. And, you know, try and make the 2 of them meet and then you let the joint hook on it and you pull it. So I'm passing stuff and things like that. But every time I go by his cell, I'm being quiet. So one day I walk by a cell and I look in the cell and he's standing up in the cell. He in there with another Indian dude that was cool. This Indian dude had long ponytail down his back, you know, long soft hair that y'all call nice hair or whatever they call it when you got that soft hair. You know what I mean? You know, I like my old nigga hair. You know what I mean? But he had that old soft hair, you know, looked like old female. So he in the cell and he was real quiet, but the fat dude that was always faking, like he had the battery and thought it was funny. I walked by like he gonna throw it and he expected me to jump in, like you gonna throw it. Nigga, you gonna throw it and then it's gonna be on whenever I catch you in another prison or whatever, because I know they're not gonna put us together on this compound no more. And he know it, so he playing this game. I look in the cell, and the 2 of them sitting there talking to each other. They don't see me come by. But as I'm walking by, I see the fat dude grab the dude with the ponytail by the back of the neck like a female, you know what I mean? And kiss him. So I look, and I keep walking. And then I come back, and the other dude standing there with the ponytail, he all stiff. You could tell he wasn't really with it. But the fat dude was roughing him off in the cell. No disrespect to the Native Americans, but, you know, you had a booty bandit in the car. You know what I mean? You know, I had a booty bandit in the car. So he kissed the dude, and I walk by and I see another man kiss a man. This is in 2001. I'm like, ho. You know what I mean? I know they doing it on TV now and all that, but the nigga ain't never seen no crazy crap like that. You know what I mean? So when they see me, the dude with the ponytail, he pulls back because he don't want to let it out that he's a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? But the other dude that was always faking like he throwing a battery, he trying to act like he cut like that, you know what I mean? And trying to basically let me know like he's a gangster and he roughing this boy off in the cell. That shit ain't impressing me. You understand what I'm saying? So now, being up there, I'm the orderly, I get to go in the rec cages and clean out the rec cages when they coming out and things like that. Of course, they do what they put separatists on us. A separatist is where the police got in the books that, you know, unique can't be around this Indian can't be around, you know, Jacks, this, you know what I mean, Muslim can't be around this Latin king or whatever. So, you know, they already put me and this boy on separatist, don't ask me why, so obviously he told. So one day he coming out and I'm cleaning up the cage and, you know, after you working for the police for a minute, they start thinking you good old house nigga. You know what I mean? So when they started, you know, they had me clean up the little hallway in front of, you know, the rec cage outside. And whenever they bringing somebody out in handcuffs, after they cuff them up, they'll be like, orderly, you know what I mean? Locking, you know what I mean? The last cage. You know what I mean? Picture a nigga like me locking myself in any goddamn thing. You know what I mean? So they tell me to lock in the last cage. And, you know, they'll walk out, whoever they walking out the handcuffs. And then God struck I'm telling you, man, God look out for fools and babies, and I damn sure was a fool, and I sure was a baby in this world because I was crazy and ignorant. They bring the Indian out, and he handcuffed. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Yeah, he handcuffed. I ran out that goddamn cell, that rec cage. They told me to go in, and I just started whooping this Indian for all them times he been faking like he had a battery. And you know what I mean? He handcuffed. I'm whooping them. Police jumping on me. They trying to pull me off. They pounding on me because you know they don't like no black boys. It is. So they beat me like I stole something. But the whole time I'm choking this Indian out, and I'm hitting him in the face. I'm hitting him in the face. I'm hitting him in the face. I'm not trying to have it. You know what I mean? Because I know I ain't never going to see you again. But it's the only time I got to see you. And it's just messed up that you was handcuffed. But anything goes in war. I whooped this Indian like he stole something. You know? So they bring him up there. But instead of putting him back on the tier where I was at, you know what I mean, as the orderly, they put him in another tier. You know what I mean? They put me in the cell. You know what I mean? They took my job, but we had a cool-ass police lieutenant that was working that didn't like the Indian because the Indian used to do it to the police, too. The police walked by, he act like he throwing something. But, of course, they couldn't do nothing because they the police. So once I whooped him, the police knew why I whooped him. The police didn't like him anyway. You know what I mean? So the lieutenant came and the lieutenant, you know, spoke up for me. He said, nah, man, Unique, all right. You know, he from New York. He ain't in no gangs. You understand what I'm saying? He don't bother nobody. You know that dude is an asshole. Give Unique back his job. So I get my job and I'm walking out of tier. The dude with the ponytail, the one he was playing like a bitch. You know what I mean? He in the joint and nigga called me to the cell. I said, man, I ain't got nothing to say to you, nigga. You's a bitch. You know what I mean? And he's like, man, nah, listen to me. I said, dude, ain't nothing to listen to, my nigga. You know what I mean? I seen what went on in that cell. You know what I mean? So being that I wouldn't stop, he was trying to talk to me on the tier by, you know, in code and watching what he's saying, telling me it wasn't like that. He known from the res, that's what they call it. Talking about he known for the res, he always been like that he used to rape the little kids. I said, so why are you in there with him if he used to rape little kids? You understand what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, he a bully, you know. They put me in here because I'm an Indian, he's an Indian. Well, he's a Native American, I'm a Native American, so they put us in a cell together. You know what I mean? But now he telling me, you know what I mean? He said, man, nah, I just want to thank you, man. I didn't know how to get him out the cell. I couldn't get him out the cell for nothing. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to go tell what was going on because, you know, I ain't no rat, you know. But, you know, you looked out for me by jumping on him and getting him moved out the cell. If you need anything, man, you can get it from me. And I ain't even going to front. You know, I'm on my homophobic time. I don't want nothing from no. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, every time I come out on the tier, he offered me soups and popcorn. And you understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I'm good, my nigga. Because I'm not trying to touch nothing that a man touched that done touched another man in a sexual manner. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, forgive me. That's where I'm at. You understand what I'm saying? Or should I say that's where I was at? Even though right now I don't mix with them, I give them their space and I respect everybody for who they are and what they are. But I'm not going to sit down and eat with no man that's having sex with another man. That's just me. I'm entitled to my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever you do, but I don't want to break bread with you. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's what it was. But dude was all glad that I did it. You know, that I jumped on this man and got him out of there because it kind of freed him. But, you know, so that's the way that went with my Native American story, and, you know, and the booty bandit, man. But, you know, I ain't know I was freeing him from the booty bandit. And like I said, I ain't no Captain Save a Nigga from a Booty Bandit nigga. You know what I mean? I ain't no Captain Save a Nigga from a Booty Bandit nigga. You know what I mean? But I had to whoop him because he been faking with this battery like he gonna hit me, and I knew I was never gonna see him again. So when I finally got to see him, went out the bars, separating it so I could get these black hands on him, I had to put the mitts on him. And yeah, I turned it on him. You know what I mean? But, you know, make sure, you know, you like, subscribe, you know what I mean? Cop the book of Rowan Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? At rowanharlem.com, got the audio book and the regular book. And subscribe to my man, you know what I mean? Big D, you know, at official dot, you know what I mean? Big D _ something like that. But it's official D. I find him when I go to Instagram, I just put an official Big D, you know what I mean? And his name come up. That's my man for down with the Ultramagnetics. Big shout out to him and Easy Mo B. He gonna be, you know, making a nice little track for me to play at the end of my videos. So I gotta look out for my brother. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Know that, You know what I mean? Subscribe, like, man, and hit that goddamn Cash App. All right? Don't tell I didn't tell you.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin.